Let me just start this bitch. Actually, before we... Oh god, my mouse disappeared again.
Restart the video, guys. Remember, please
No,
like
it's
and
no.
subscribe.
We're getting that shit. No, they can hear me struggle with my fucking mouth. Anyways,
Yeah.
predictions. Raven, you can go first, I guess.
Even though I don't.
Cause you actually give a shit about Bleach.
Yeah.
I
Even though I
still
do
like
think Aizen just no diffs, they probably gonna pull out Madara's time manipulation from the Ninja Storm games and make him win.
This uncanon bullshit.
this uncanny fodder bullshit.
Lucky even with that though, he still loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, because without
I think
spoiling.
Aizen should just be able. I don't know. I think Aizen like doesn't win like one shot obliterates Madara, but I don't think he has like an insanely difficult amount of time.
So
I think it's fun.
honestly, I'm pretty sure that like Aizen and other Bleach characters have like uni wank, like pretty easy to universal wank.
Like, are they using like 1,000 Year Blood War Arc Aizen, or are they gonna use like?
It really doesn't
It
matter.
really doesn't matter. Anyways, so yeah, you can wank it pretty easily. The only way to get Madara to that level is to mistranslate the Susanoo statement.
Yeah.
So unless they're gonna say that the Susanoo can smash everything in the universe, there's no way Madara wins, in my opinion.
Universal.
Yeah, unless
Even though,
they're
if you want my full predictions, they're gonna wank Light Fang, put him to speed of light, then
I mean, he is
time
speed of
manipulate-
light. What?
What? Hold on.
They're gonna use the Light Fang calc to put him at speed. This is my like.
Oh,
prediction
they're
for
gonna
the
say that
entirety
like
of it.
he is speed of light all the time, always, or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna use the Light Fang statement to put him at speed of light, then use the time manipulation and use those in conjunction with the Limbo clones to make him Negro.
Limbo clones are kind of
like
OP though.
tenants in like Bleach, you could even say, because they're able to avoid like the ray of light that like takes the Espada and Aizen into like.
This
Waco
is just
Mondo.
we're like fucking like taking
Power
like
scaling.
3 minutes for fucking just predictions. Let's just go.
Yeah.
This episode of Death Battle
Death
is sponsored by
Battle.
Raycon. Raycons give you absolutely amazing audio quality.
They don't.
Where you go or what you do, whether you're getting pumped
These
up,
are
getting
actually
down, or
terrible.
working out.
They are
And
really
they're
bad.
a perfect gift for anyone
I'm
on
broke,
your
so I use
list. As
JLDs,
your gift to
like,
yourself, they
generally.
started half the price
They
of
mu-
other premium audio
Raycons
brands.
are actually. I'm gonna
Plus,
still
they're
let the ad
available
play
with
because it's
stylish
their
colors
vid.
and with free shipping
But
and
Raycons are
returns,
trash.
it's easier than ever
That is goaded.
There's
I'm
nothing
sorry.
more soothing than listening
Whoever's
to my
watching this
favorite
video,
tunes
this
on
shit's
the
just
Raycons
bad.
when I'm out
Don't buy
squirrel
it.
hunting with my new
Don't do
boogie.
it.
What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
use my
Click
code.
the link in the description box to go to buyraycon.com.
Actually, Loki, if you're watching this and you want like earbud recommendation, just type. I'll give you a better one for a fourth the
Buy
price.
AirPods.
No, I'll give you a better one than like just like a third of the price. Better quality.
Madara Uchiha.
Oh, they're okay. At least they're using that
Okay,
Madara.
they're using. Okay, they're using
Kosuke
300.
Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach. We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods. They're the
That's a good
biggest,
scene.
baddest anime bosses around, and not even
Oh
death
god,
can
not
stop
this
them.
game.
Those
The worst
No.
game ever made.
Let's go. He's Wiz
I don't
and
like
I'm
that scene of
Boomstick.
Aizen.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, Gunbai wank. Okay.
Just something I'm gonna say. The great thing about
Uchiha
these
reflection.
characters is they both get uglier the more powerful they get.
Endless
They both start with the cleanest design and then just go absolute down the drain.
I think 3-eyed Madara has an okay design. But Edo Madara and Light Madara are definitely
Only
cooler.
one man could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave. The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in
man.
order to end all wars forever.
Madara's like, I'm gonna end humanity to save humanity.
If I kill them all, then they can't kill themselves. That's a cool
Yo,
animation.
look at the little. This is some me shit. This is some me shit. What? Am I editing this video?
And there was no ninja he liked
The
fighting
number
two
more
editor
than
was-
Hashirama
Actually, no, because I would have upscaled those manga panels to look nicer.
Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo
No, you're
and
asking.
Juliet. Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming. of
Madara
a
never
future.
won.
Their bromance eventually overcame their clans'
Except when
differences, and the two groups
Hashirama was
merged,
nerfed,
creating
I
the
guess.
village of Konoha. But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation.
Five
What is
D-
that outfit?
Why is this? What is this a joke? This is like a reference that I don't get. His hobby is
Let me read
5D.
this. He's 5'10". I'm taller than Madara.
Everybody is what? He's Asian.
Oh yeah.
Guys, you're 4'6".
People are just mad gonna take that joke out of context. I can already see.
Exactly. Oh shit, my mouse.
Favorite
Co-founder of Konoha Resurrected. I'm illiterate. I can't read Japanese food.
These
Hobbies. Falicorny. FD chess.
5D FD 5D chess.
Wait, what did I say?
FD chess.
FD.
My bad.
Why is
5D.
I know that
I just
Madara
turned
likes
illiterate.
Fladra. I know that Madara likes falconry, but it's just whatever.
He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village
fuck
he
did they
helped
get
build.
that?
Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps fated, considering he is in fact the
That's smart.
reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki and the inheritor of his immense
How did they
power
pronounce that?
chakra.
Basically, physical
Wait, hold on. Go
and
back.
spiritual energy.
Where's
They skipped a whole syllable there. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Otsutsuki and
Otsutsuki.
perhaps fated,
Otsutsuki.
considering he is
I can't
in
say that
fact
well
the
either.
reincarnation of the
but you're
demigod
just dumb.
Indra Otsutsuki. And
He says
the
Otsutsuki, but it's Otsutsuki, isn't it? It's Otsutsuki. Oh, fuck, whatever.
inheritor of his immense
Never mind.
chakra.
Basically, physical and spiritual energy that makes
I like that. It's one of those
Madara
words that when you try to say it, you fuck up.
style jutsus, which
Exactly.
just seems
Gumby.
irresponsible
So yeah, I'll
to
give
put
him
those
that. I'm
together,
sorry,
like
but
a
I follow.
reveal party waiting to
Hmm?
Gumbai and Kama. What's that? Is that
Kama?
a shield?
Kama is the little scythe he has, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Look,
Sword.
light fang. Light
Just
fang.
sword.
It's
Is it light?
it's to see what to come.
I like how they put his regular ass sword in the same list as Light Fang, which is like can cut everything at the speed
I'm
of
pretty
light.
sure it's like 6 paths. I don't know. It's like 6 paths something. It's not storm style. I know that.
It's Sage Art Storm. It's Sage Art. Well, it's Storm style in the English dub, but in the Japanese version, I think it's called Storm
like-
Release. Yeah,
Oh, is
it's like Sage Art Storm Release Light Fang in the Japanese
I
version.
never understood why that was like Laser Circus and like Light Fang were like storm. Like just
Yo,
call them
they-
light techniques.
They give
No,
him
they are. No, they
10
are. They are Storm. They are Storm Release in the Japanese dub too.
They're giving him 10 tails as a summon.
Wait, how does he have summoning? They're gonna use. Wait, is he gonna turn into the 10 tails Jinchuriki mid fights? Like what?
That's what they do. That's what they always do.
Edo 10 tails Madara.
This is like the weirdest combination. Like no
Fencing technique.
Madara never had like this shit and this shit at the same time. Like this is not a hit. Like I don't know. Whatever.
Imagine like the true seeking orbs around his like
I
Uchiha
will
shield.
say, actually, if they do give him the Goonbai in Ten Tails, that's like pretty OP. Because the Goonbai can
Yeah.
reflect anything.
It reflects
Heaven,
like
His
you know like
blood is
Naruto.
especially
You know like Naruto and Sasuke's like Val of the End fight. He just goes Goomba and just reflects it back at him.
Yeah, he can literally do that.
I know that's funny.
impressive, considering it's the only style of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Goonbai to absorb ninjutsu.
It doesn't
Right
absorb, it
back
just
to sender.
reflects.
You know you're a badass when you can take on
Very different,
armies
'cause
with
absorb
just a
implicates
friggin'
the limit.
fan.
Madara has torn
Yeah.
apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi
These
in
are,
the
like,
world.
The Raikages even
methods.
stated to be fast enough to move at light speed.
This
And
editing
even
is
weaker ninja
very
like
different from their
Orochimaru
usual
have
style.
dodged literal photon
Yeah,
beams.
it seems.
But Madara's
little bit
greatest
better.
tool is the one born from his very bloodline.
Did you
the
guys
Eternal Mangekyo
go back? They just put him
Sharingan.
on light speed.
These
Oh, they just casually said, well, this is just true. Like everything in
Yeah, that
like
is-
light speed
yeah.
in Naruto is pretty normal.
And even
Yeah.
weaker ninja like
Like if you're faster
Orochimaru
than
have
like being
dodged
the right
literal
target, you're like.
Yeah, he's able to easily deflect the light. Like they just are light speed. I don't care about that because Aizen is from
Oh,
hard-
the beautiful.
Aizen. You can probably wank to FT to
Yeah,
massively
like I feel like
FTL anyways.
Sonin and above is like light speed. I think that's pretty consistent.
photon beams.
But
You can
Madara's
get lower,
greatest tool
weaker
is the
characters
one
than that
born
to
from
be-
his very bloodline.
Yeah,
the Eternal
but-
Mangekyo Sharingan. These magical eyes massively enhance his
Basically,
perception
part
down to
2,
the cellular
like, is just
level,
light speed.
allowing
Oh,
him to predict
let's go over
movements, see
this.
the flow of chakra, and summon
Sharingan precision and accuracy limited. It's pretty good.
Well, he's not wrong with limited. It's just I don't know. Limited doesn't feel like the right word.
I mean, I
but
guess he
isn't
doesn't
it-
see an infinite number of timelines.
Oh, my
Does he
fucking wrong.
have Izanagi? I thought he only has Izanami.
Yeah, he
Izan-
doesn't. He doesn't have, but he has Izanagi, but not Izanami.
Oh, I always mix them up.
Izanagi is the genjutsu you put on yourself. Izanami is the genjutsu you put on someone else.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
implied he has. Wait, which one do you say he doesn't have?
He doesn't have
Izanami.
Izanami.
He doesn't have the
Okay.
one Itachi uses. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Okay, he does not. Evil Disturbance Waltz. What's that?
That shit's just a name for him walking around and hitting things, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because, like,
Well, okay, so they didn't do the time manipulation or the time reversal technique he has in Generations, which is pretty good.
Yasuka Magatama, the little beads he has, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I know he has the dual
Yasuka
sword.
beads.
Are they not going to reference the fact this thing has wings and can whatever?
the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone.
I like
that
how we
looks
go
at it
from
in an
perfect Susanoo to not again.
Shikamaru dying.
illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi
Mid-tier.
used it on a fellow
You
Uchiha
could just
and
say
made her
that,
live
like-
out her entire
Th-
life. in
that's-
a
well,
span
let's-
of
we're
1/100
wanking these
of
characters,
1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
And when she died in the
Although,
illusion, she died
stronger
for
characters
real.
can just
If
resist
Sasuke could
genjutsu,
break
but
out of it,
whatever.
Madara could too.
Yeah, you're just
easily.
outright stronger.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he not
Would always have
Moderate, like, how did Hashirama not know this shit, by the
If
way?
Sasuke could
This is
break
such
out
a
of it,
retcon.
Madara could too, easily.
Let
and
me
after
see this.
This shit. He
Wait,
bit-
was he just knocked out?
No, this is like they fought and like in like a mid moment, like Madara bit that shit off.
grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he not
Would always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my
Whatever.
ship, Wiz. Stop looking at me like that.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having
That
half
shit's
his
just
body
whack.
vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic.
Alright, Diva Path, yes,
Oh my
sure.
fucking
Human
God.
Path, yeah, sure.
Summoning meters?
Y'all just gonna go past the big Chungus statement?
We're just gonna ignore
Astra,
them.
cyborg augmentation. I like the name. I like how they describe that.
Also, did Madara ever get vaporized?
Yes.
you dropped a meteor on. You could say
Technically.
pulverization. You could just say pulverization.
Pulverization.
Yes.
Technically speaking, I'm pretty sure when Guy kicked him, the matter that he kicked like disappeared. It like disappeared. It's not like he got flung across the battlefield or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you could say that technically would count as vaporized, but that's like he could have just regened from the other parts that were still there, which he does anyway. But whatever. Someone's demonic statue. They could also be talking about particle style, but he was an Edo for that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Nativity.
Human path, read mind, pull out souls. That's like
Ancient and Tsukuyomi. Yeah, unless
Renny
like,
Sharingan. Okay, so they don't say the Renny Sharingan's an amp. Okay. Nice.
well, they don't say this is an amp either.
Yeah, it's true.
This is just their abilities.
The ringy eyes let Madara absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul,
Which
from
cannot
your
be
body,
affected
and
by
summon
physical attacks, by the
giant-ass
way.
Meteors,
Yeah,
as
it's
if
stated.
he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks
mean,
some of the Sharingan's unique
Aizen's
abilities,
like
he can switch between
Technically,
them at
Aizen
will.
can't be either.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus the life of a legendary shinobi.
They could argue actually that the human path might be able to kill Aizen, I guess.
came to an end in the
But that's like
arms
a
of his
really like, I guess type of argument.
Because of, like the
One
Hogyoku
true
kind of
love.
makes him immortal.
Well, immortality doesn't seem to matter. You can like, it's like your spirit. Like you wouldn't physically die, I think, until like.
Yeah, no, he would just
I
like
mean,
just
it's
steal the
that's
spirit.
weird
Like it would
because
still be
Aizen,
alive, but it would just be residuing in Madara.
that's where Aizen is a spirit.
then it would be double effective.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever hit a ghost type with a ghost type attack in Pokemon?
He just like touches it, and then he's like, "It's mine now."
Or did it?
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy, but just bear with me.
It really doesn't. He died and then he didn't.
He died. He gave Rinnegan to Kid.
Time delay jutsu that would posthumously
Other-
rewrite reality and bring
You
him
made
back
it.
to
He
life.
died and then he
And it
didn't.
worked.
That's the whole.
So
That's all I
Madara
have to
tricked
say.
another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave
This
his
shit's
own
not
Rinnegan to
relevant.
Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was
Oh,
brought
we're
back to
power
life
scaling.
the second time with the outer path because he died again. Make sense?
Nah, that'll never work.
You're right, it didn't! So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from
Oh,
Obito
Death
after some
Battle, pronouncing
backstabbing.
these names
Then he
better
sealed
than
the awakened
Totally No
Ten Tails
More.
within himself in order to gain ultimate power and create the world's greatest
Well, they've done
time
Naruto in the past,
ever.
Look what you people have done to him. You'd think Ten Tails' power would be awesome, but those stinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their size fool you. These truth-seeking orbs are in another league. The Ten Tails is
They're
strong
alright.
enough to wipe continents off the map, and the orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could
Yeah, they do
regenerate
have
limbs
spirit
lost to the
destruction.
Oh, I don't
guess.
like how they
which
say
means they had
Minato.
to erase his
Oh,
literal
Minato.
spirit itself.
They do technically destroy spirits, because look at Minato's arm. So that.
Yeah, because Minato can't regenerate.
So the
He presses
orbs
just-
would. I mean, I'm just looking at like
He
wing
just like
cons from
throws them
Madara.
at Aizen. He just.
But Aizen just
disappears.
scales so much higher. But I'm just like looking for wing cons from Madara. But those orbs would technically work, I guess.
Madara's
just saying
power was
Genjutsu
so
wouldn't work
insane,
against
he was
Aizen.
considered comparable
Yeah,
to the
Genjutsu
original
probably would.
Sage of Six
Outside of,
Paths,
like,
the
maybe
dude who
Influence
helped
of
create
Kuromi.
the friggin'
No,
moon.
like,
And when
okay,
Madara
hold up, pressing pause. The reason why Genjutsu wouldn't work against Aizen at all is because Aizen is a spirit, so he doesn't have chakra networks.
Well, we don't. I don't think that they.
No, that's how like normal Genjutsu works. How like Sharingan Genjutsu works is you just implant chakra into the other person. Doesn't like you don't need chakra.
Yeah, because they can affect. Say they can affect like other creatures that don't have chakra with it too, like the.
Yeah. So he
fucking-
could literally just put his chakra inside of like Aizen's like, I guess brain, quote unquote, if you want to. If that's what you want to call it.
Yeah, they do have a
And then
spirit
he'll just
body.
be under it. Yeah.
created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature
think
of
that's how
the
it works.
Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara
That should look like a coconut.
lifted them, they have to possess a potential energy of at least 372
This is not
megatons
relevant.
of TNT.
He was even fast enough to keep up with 8 Gates guy, who kicked hard enough to bend space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks
I
light
didn't realize
speed
his staff
loogies.
did that.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on
Which is
par with
weird,
Light
'cause his
Ninja,
staff should
we
not be
know
affected
Ten
by
Tails Madara
anything,
would have
but
to be
whatever.
significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
With virtually no one left to oppose him, Madara's plot was finally in the endgame.
That means that guy's bullshit negates. It negates something that negates matter.
Which makes
He
no
awakened the
sense.
Rin Sharingan, and with the God Tree summoned, he cast the Infinite
And
Tsukuyomi,
it's-
spreading the trees.
and it's not like
across
his
the
Madara
entire
shit is
planet and
affected by
capturing
gravity
every
anyways.
single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world, free of conflict forever.
Oh, let's look at the
Peace
feats.
through total
Guess this shit's
domination.
not relevant.
Manipulating this tree with his
Isn't there?
chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
And
Yoda
this was
ton?
with just one jutsu.
The fuck is
there
that?
a character that could possibly even touch
tree
Madara
was.
Uchiha?
Kishimoto
Big
himself
number.
didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the
Debatable.
magic
And the
eyes
fact
couldn't
that he
see
doesn't like
coming.
it when people
All that
stand
was left
behind him.
was
It's
his
like
old
narrative
friend,
implication.
Hashirama, there to comfort him
Yeah.
in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro. I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fight.
Now I'm curious about what they're gonna do with Aizen.
Not even the Japanese dub. His voice is so cool in Japanese
The
flavor.
Soul Society was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans
Stab
from
the
the living
bitch.
world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Goten 13,
Why Orimi's
was
ass
dead,
look like that?
murdered.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a galaxy.
She's not
brain
thick.
who
she's
had deep
round.
chest
Like that shit.
The man
Two
responsible
orbs.
was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known about the man's past, only that he isn't a man.
Sasuke Aizen.
But a soul reaper.
Sasuke
These
Aizen.
Shinigami are spiritual beings who ferry lost souls to the
6'1"?
afterlife and purify
Shit.
those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime
Thought
wizard
Aizen was
Grim Reaper
way
swordsmen.
shorter.
Though Aizen himself was
Aizen
hardly
might be
that
the
cool.
worst
I mean,
character.
just look at those glasses.
Why do you hate
Dork.
Aizen?
But
Where
this
do you
Clark
do?
Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to
He was
develop
actually
means to
secretly
ultimate power,
handsome.
ruining the lives of many of his
He was
colleagues
secretly
via his
handsome.
twisted experiments.
And Orochimaru.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain. But when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of reishi, being
This is
spirit
just not
matter,
funny.
and empowered by Raryoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Raryoku energy,
That's just strong.
Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts. He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized spiritual pressure exerted as a result of his enormous power.
He also knows tons of Kido, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to detect, fire concentrated bolts of lightning, and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Soul cutting
Perhaps
sword
his
with
deadliest
no
Kido is Kurohitsu.
visibility.
After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time and tears its victims apart.
Aizen's plotting finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit. Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will, making himself virtually immune to attacks while
Are you
his
gonna say that,
opponents
like,
are sitting
Madara
ducks.
It's
He's gonna
so
pull out
strong
his
that it
third
kept a
eye
group of
after he gets
ex-Soul
put on
Reapers known
that,
as
and
the
he can like
Visor,
see
trapped for
normally out of
over
that one or
100
some
years
shit.
without them even knowing it. It's
That'd
one of
be
the
so
most
dumb.
broken powers ever, and the definition of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful
Now I
reality-morphing
think about it,
device
why
that,
was it a
quote,
dookie? I forget.
materializes the user's wishes.
In
You're
Aizen's
hard.
case,
Writing.
he realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized.
And he gets the
more
worst
importantly,
designs.
It exponentially increases his power over time through
I think his
evolution
butterfly
by
design is
turning
so
him
bad.
into a horrifying
I like his
butterfly
earlier
monster
ones,
man.
like his.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone
Also
and
like that
replace
design.
the Soul King,
Yeah, it's
the
kinda
deity
meh.
that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
Then it implied that the Soul King has to be outputting enough energy to hold all these places together at all times.
Considering each should be roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
Where the fuck
Aizen
did you
is
get
powerful
this?
enough to vaporize
Holding universes together is not like a quantifiable like TNT concept. Like,
It's like-
what?
It's like debatable if Wakomando and the Soul Society are even like universe size.
Regardless,
just,
I
like,
mean, even if you
managed-
just give it the, it's just like an infinite 3D power. Like that's all you can say it is. It's not a fucking, it's not a quantifiable number.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a concept of infinity.
mountains as a
I
side
just
effect of a
don't
sword
think
swing.
kills them.
His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Ryatsu alone.
He even defeated
Cool,
the rest
cool.
of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to kill.
Are they gonna like downplay both of them to meteor level?
Yo, Kampachi just fucked up Great Britain.
Are they gonna? Are they no? Are they Loki gonna downplay?
Wait,
both
hold
of
on. Kenpachi, the Slayer of Brits. You see this? Marcus, he's coming for you.
British people to watch out.
Nicole.
But like,
Watch
why
out.
though? Like, no, I'm saying like, why do they like? Why is this meteor shit
They're
relevant?
just because like that meteor is like amped because okay, so the character who fires it is Gremmy. Gremmy is a character who like anything
This shit's
he
still
thinks
not
about
relevant. It doesn't matter if it's
No, no,
amped.
listen.
Wait, guys, you're spoiling.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
I'm saying this shit also just does not matter because of the fact that both these characters scale way above this meteor bullshit anyway. Like,
Play.
I'm gonna pull out some other
Of at
bullshit.
least 44
I'm just saying, like,
petatons
why
and Aizen was so badass, he
talk so
literally
much about these,
transcended
like,
other Shinigami and
it's like when they fucking did like the Dragon Ball Z shit and they're like, Goku spent this much amount of time running across Snake Way, and they're talking about like GT Goku. I'm like, what? Why was that relevant?
Yeah, they bring up very unlike irrelevant points. It's just like
I guess they gotta like extend the video or whatever. I don't know.
but they don't even bring up like the important feeds. They just ignore them.
Power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way
No,
before
this shit
in
was
the Soul
trash.
Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as
Oh, the
lightning.
fight was
And by
alright.
this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was
Yeah, Light's
epic,
consistent.
Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well. And even
Lightning
Aizen
and
himself,
light are
feeding
not
upon
close
his
in speed.
insecurities, the Hogoku abandoned
3,000
Aizen, who was
times
quickly
difference.
defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
Cool.
Or was it? Somehow he ended up getting even stronger than before. But what made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair.
Called plot
It
armor.
could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints keeping his reactions
shit
from
pitch
properly
black.
releasing, building it up within him until he was stronger in base than he was at his previous max.
Nah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Suigetsu to trick him, and Yuha's a dude who
Caught Ichigo's Bankai the finger. Match Soul
That's basic. Wait, what? They're talking
That's
about
like Soul Society fodder Ichigo, who's like
that's Ichigo who just barely won against Byakuya. Soul
no, he
Society
needed
arc.
like he needs Zangetsu self or white Ichigo, whatever the fuck. Defeat the Goten, that's just not relevant. Ichigo's final Gengetsu, yeah, that's relevant. Moves FTT Toxin, yeah, sure. Yeah, no, a lot of these are irrelevant. Continue with the video.
can literally see every possible future all at the same time. All according to Keikaku, bitches!
And after standing among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension
And the
with a
rider was
20,000
too
year
much of a
sentence,
pansy
he
to
remains the
just
most
kill him.
dangerous being in the world.
They could.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold,
Yes, they could. The
calculating
writer
eyes.
just
No
invented a
compassion,
reason
no
for
empathy,
the why he
only the
couldn't.
drive for
No.
power.
No one has ever
I
stood
thought
at
you
the
just.
top.
Never mind.
Neither you.
Are you stupid again? It's like what?
No, I thought
will
you meant
stand
that
at
like
the
they
top.
could like it's never been stated that they just couldn't kill him.
No,
That's what you were saying.
no, I'm
Yeah, I know.
saying
I know
the
they
writer
also kinda just
invented that
wrote it.
bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
It's trash writing.
I thought you were.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want the confidence of an anime supervillain, check out Blue Chew.
They left
This
out
episode is brought to you by Blue
the
Chew.
fact
The secret to
that Aizen
well,
can make
pretty much
universes
anything is
to trap
confidence.
people.
And that's why Blue Chew delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis.
Are you talking about the black box bullshit, or-
No.
You know, no, yeah, from the Iran cars.
Yeah, the
Oh,
thing that they give the Espada, where they could
It's
just.
not called a black box, but it's like I don't know, remember the technique name, but he literally makes a technique that traps other people in a different universe.
Yeah, but if you're like strong enough, you can just bust.
and then it didn't work.
Yeah, that's because Bleach characters can bust through universes, I guess, but like it's just a feat.
It's just hack resistance, I guess.
Kiora Deadass just blows through a dimension. And base.
Also, hold up. I just want to say Aizen also destroyed a being that's made out of a concept.
That's called bad writing.
Now you need to actually like read the scene. Ku was actually not that bad of a writer as you give him prep for.
He was really good at the start. It's just all the Aizen shit's really bad. Ah, nice little GBA sprites.
I can see everything.
Is that what they're called? Which forget. Fucker fixes his hair in a second. I like modern.
Yeah, why is he? Wait, why is this scythe? Whatever.
I don't like that fight. It's so awkward. Okay, let's show.
I mean, at least the fight's cool. Like, that's the only thing I give a shit about, honestly, with Death Battle. He just peck flex through the Susanoo arm, by the way.
I would expect nothing more from a human.
Wait, did he use
Izanagi?
Izanagi? Izanagi.
Or Izanagi, whatever.
That's,
You know what I
that
mean.
ability that costs him one of his eyes and permanently nerfs him? Cool. I'm guessing he just did a regular Genjutsu and then
Yeah, 'cause he
healed.
like reverted to his EMS, so yeah, I think he just like
He,
Genjutsu.
yeah. I mean, he can't. Yeah, oh, it's whatever. This is.
Mere parlor tricks. Don't get so full of yourself.
Ugh. Do Rinnegan shit. Oh, there we go.
That's a cool shadow.
That does not look
What
good.
is that? What happened to the nose? Huh?
What
Yeah,
happened to
nose job.
everything?
His eyes don't look too bad. His hair looks alright.
The mask has this whole extra extension here. What? It looks like a weird visor, whatever. To be fair, that Madara design is always been ass, but whatever. By the way, I don't think that version of Madara has ever done any taijutsu like that.
Exactly.
Why was there a meteor there?
Remember, he can pull them out of orbit.
Which is fair. Aizen didn't need to do shit.
That'd be funny.
God, that shit's so trash.
I think it looks alright. Hey, the perfect Susanoo looks goofy as fuck.
Perfect Susanoo and whatever.
Oh, that right.
Is he gonna bring the third eye out? Like what?
The fuck is that?
Are they perceiving the completely unperceivable limbo clones? I see. You good? Also, wait, I just
Nah.
wait.
That fucking laughing is so annoying. I know, it's like a shitty joke.
Why is he in regular Sharingan?
Fuck the Rinnegan. I'm not gonna
That's not like Aizen's
It's
mouth
exactly
looked.
what it sounds like.
No, but-
Just like, bro, nobody wants to hear that.
Almost had me there, you tricky bastard.
Where's the third eye?
Escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
Where's the third eye? Oh,
No.
get you.
Ain't no way.
Oh, that was cool though.
Wonderful dance.
That was clean.
That little execution was pretty cool.
They got it wrong, but it was clean.
Well, let's see the justification. Perfect Susanoo can smash anything in the universe?
No, it's
Of
good
course,
too.
Madara won. He fake died twice for his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were extremely
Wait,
evenly
Madara real died once.
He real died once. Aizen did it.
matched in raw power and speed. By our
Well, he real died
calculations,
twice, but-
No,
Madara
he real died-
spreading the
yeah.
God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful than the best that Aizen could scale to with his rare Yoku. And both ended up being
Universal is measured in
While there are a
Yoda
range of
tons?
possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means the main thing that mattered here were their powers and how they countered each other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities eventually overwhelmed
They
Aizen.
didn't use
While
Kyokasu
Soul
yet.
Reapers like Aizen may be invisible to regular
Like,
people, the Rinnegan
I
allow
think,
Madara
yeah,
to
I
see
think they're gonna say that Madara is immune to illusion, which would Madara, because that would be.
They used Kyoka twice, but they didn't use it properly. They just like, oh, you think I died, but I didn't because of my Kyoka. But like, what? Why?
It's like
why-
that. Like,
They.
Either
Oh,
Madara
it's
is
not
immune
how-
or he's not.
yeah, I guess.
Visible spiritual beings
But I don't
like
think
his
there's
own
an
limbo
argument.
clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul Reaper is.
Wait, proof he can see that.
That's,
Proof he can see that.
Exactly.
Both chakra and rare Yoku utilized spirit energy and operated in similar ways,
That's
being
fair.
performed into attacks like ninjutsu and kido. That meant
That's
that
fine.
Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority
Okay,
of Aizen's
that's
ranged
fair.
attacks and even
I
dispel
just want to
his force
say
fields.
that they
And
gave
despite how OP
Aizen-
Aizen's
Reiatsu manipulation or Ryoku manipulation, but then didn't let him use it.
Yeah, they
Like
didn't like
hypnosis
use him
was
a lot of his
That's
abilities. He
basic-
kind of just said like he keto spams and just big boom spams.
They brought
which
up
is not how
meteors
you
like
fight.
18 times, and it was like one meteor.
Because
It
it-
was just happened to be there.
because
Our
that's
dev users can
Reiatsu
break out of a-
manipulation is basically matter manipulation.
illusion's no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect,
No,
but
that's
fellow Captain
counter to
Unohana
other
was able to
Sharingan genjutsu.
subconsciously
Sharingan
notice its
can't.
flaws.
Rinnegan is
With
superior
an eye
doji,
as
so you can argue that
perceptive as the
Rinnegan is
Sharingan,
immune to
which can
genjutsu,
spot
but that doesn't
imperfections
like.
in genjutsus all the
There's,
time,
like,
it
you
was
can't,
only
like, there's
inevitable
nothing to,
that
like,
Madara would
state
be
that.
able to quickly
But-
break out.
There is
However,
justification
the
for
same
it.
could be
Kyokasu
said
gets
for
also doesn't
Aizen,
get
who
jutsu.
never showed any resistance to
Yeah,
the kind
until
of
he
mental
gets
illusions
dishonest.
Madara
But it
can
works
do.
in a similar
Even
way.
setting illusions aside, the sheer
Yeah,
quantity
so-
of offensive options at Madara's disposal,
No.
whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly on the
Also, I'm
back
talking about
foot.
But
inverse
none of that
knowledge,
mattered
not
if they couldn't kill
the
each other,
matchup with
and both
Aizen.
had pretty
'Cause they could
insane
just-
healing
they're just saying
factors
he's
that could
immune to
recover
illusion,
from
which
just
is
about
fine.
anything, except for those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking
I think,
orbs
at
were
least, like,
capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating.
Yeah, no, that's
and
fair.
Again,
They called that, by the way.
Aizen was a spiritual being.
Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same irreversible damage to Madara, the ghost of the Uchiha had exactly what he needed to put this
They're
actual
just saying that
ghost down for
Aizen
good.
can't kill him.
Aizen was an unbelievably overpowered foe,
guess?
but Madara's own powers,
But
illusions, and devastating
Madara had like
orbs
Madara
allowed
has
him
like
to
a
crush
limit
the
to how much
Action
physical
Gami.
damage he can
Sosuke
take.
should have kept his
Yeah,
eyes
exactly.
on
It's
the
like-
prize.
He's not like
I-
Majin Buu.
Do you feel any shame at all?
Moderately. Ha! Double pun. Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know
We,
shit about
we can go
Bleach,
one
but
by one on our thoughts, right?
I don't even shit whatever you.
I'm saying, do you want us to?
No,
Sure,
we can
man.
just talk about it for a little bit. So yeah, I don't know shit about Bleach, and I fucking, cause I just hate the writing. But even I know that like, it's really hard to argue that Aizen loses this fight. unless you want to give like every interaction to Madara for some reason, I guess. Like if you're like a Naruto tard, I guess, you could say that like all of Madara's abilities work on Aizen's and none of Aizen's abilities work on Naruto, but I mean Madara, but I feel like that's kind of
That's basically what they've done.
that's kind of disingenuous in my opinion. I feel like
But
if
they're
you're
also
doing this matchup, you kind of have to treat things equally, I guess.
no,
Yeah.
it's extremely disingenuous because they're giving Madara feats that wouldn't work on. They're basically equalizing the verse for Madara, but not for Aizen.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally people who could also like do illusions and were like good at like because like what's his name? Like what's the one Vizard with yellow blonde hair? What's his name?
Uh,
Sanji.
I don't fucking give a shit.
Shinji.
Senji, yeah. Senji's able to like his Shikai is an illusion. I think his Bankai is too. So he should be at least really good at illusions. And Aizen just finesses him, like at base, no difficulty. And like
Uh-huh.
all the like Renegon and the EMS, from my knowledge, can do is just negate like Genjutsu, not illusions. And Genjutsu and illusions are two different things. Because Genjutsu is just inserting chakra into somebody to make your brain think you're looking at something else.
Also, with the whole true seeking orb stuff, right? That shit's dumb as hell because if I'm gonna wank the shit out of Aizen, like what I would do in a debate is say Aizen has literally regen from something that is akin to the true seeking orbs because when he got hit by Mugetsu is a combination of all of Ichigo's powers, which include Quincy powers. And what does Quincy powers do? They're like basically matter disintegration. They disintegrate
Yeah.
hollows. That's why they don't go to the hell or to the spiritual world when they get killed by Quincy. So Aizen has regen from something that's basically the same as a true seeking orb.
Yeah, exactly. So Aizen should be able to like regen or at least tank the true seeking orbs. The true seeking orbs shouldn't completely deliberate them, but you can also make the argument they could. And I don't think it's ever. I don't know. I think Mugetsu is more of just the power of all of it, not the abilities and effects of all of Ichigo's abilities. But
They
yeah, you could still make that argument.
they're also using a weaker version of Aizen in FI, by the way.
Yeah, they're not using 1,000 Year Blood Arc, who's like, which they even say is casually stronger. Yeah, and if they are, and they're just applying his feats to there, and also they do not use like Madara is like at best like planetary to multiplanetary. If you really wank Madara, well, Aizen should casually be
Well, you can get him
multiplanetary.
way higher than that because he would scale to characters that scale to Kaguya, I guess, but that's
That's
ugh.
like wank though. I don't really agree with that.
But you can wank Aizen to. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but you
and you can
can wank Aizen
wank
to
Aizen
dimensional.
way farther than you can wank Madara. Bleach characters can get wanked because like Yukiora, which is like an Espada member who's like nothing to Aizen,
They're just
like
scared of the
breaks out of
word. They're just scared
dimensions.
of the word infinite. I think because they're saying that like when like all the like universal shit. Like if you can affect an infinite universe, that's infinite. That's like an infinite feat.
Yeah, because fucking the Soul King is able to like just affect the living world, Wikomondo, and the Soul Society, which I'm pretty sure Wikomondo and the Soul Society are like. I think they're practically just talking about Earth, Wikomondo, and the Soul Society, and all of them are like generally the same size.
Wait, hold up. How are they gonna argue that Madara is resistant to Kyokusuigetsu when they in the same video said that he managed to put a person under the illusion who can see every single timeline?
Yeah, exactly.
I think. Well,
Like he can
I think they're
alter
just saying.
Almighty.
I think they're basically just saying that Madara has true sights. Like if you know, like or even like D&D, like he has true sights, and like it all wouldn't apply to him. That's kind of weird.
Oh no, I just think that like even
Which I
like
don't think he
precog
has.
wise, it's like Almighty's like the perfect like shrine. I don't know. It's weird, but yeah.
It's weird as hell.
Yeah.
I
I
hate that
think
YouTube removed the dislike count. I wanted to see that.